channel. It's Michaela here, and today I'm back with another video. In this video, we will be doing a story time. I'll be telling you guys the time my ex cheated on me and said it was a prank. So if you want to see this story time, this juicy story time, keep on watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe this video if you liked it. And please follow me on my socials. Also, subscribe. Okay, so let's start this story time. It's juicy. So, this story time happened when I was in my second year of college, I think. Was it my first or second year? I don't remember. I think it was my second year. Yeah, it was my second year. And was it my second year? I think it had to be my first year. I don't know. I was in college at this time. Okay? So, me and my ex, we was together for 4 years. This story time happened. Yeah, I remember. It was our third year. And we was already going through it. Like, I didn't trust him. Like, I was all, like, mixy with him because we was going through so much at the time. And, you know, when the third year hit, that's when the honeymoon phase is completely done. And y'all in some mess. So, we was in some mess. And I did not trust him at all. He knew I didn't. And he didn't care. So, I remember one time I was at his house. I was spending the night. And it had to be about like 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. He was knocked out. I was knocked out too, but I had woke up. Like, I don't know why I had woke up, but I woke up. And I'm like, I want to go through this nigga phone. So that's what the hell I did. I went through his phone. So I remember getting up. I don't know what made me get up. I was just like I just got up. And I didn't know where his phone was at. I was like, I want to check his phone. I want to see what's inside his phone. So I was looking around. His phone wasn't on my side of the bed, like where he was laying at, but it was on the other side of the bed. Like, you try to be sneaky, put your phone on the other side. Okay, I got you. So I remember getting out the bed. I was tiptoeing like. I did not want him to hear me. Like, I did not want him to wake up. So, he was still asleep. I don't know how he didn't hear me, but I was like tiptoeing. I saw his phone. I grabbed his phone so fast, and I was like tiptoeing out the room. I'm like, I had tiptoed out the room, and I remember I had ran to the bathroom, and I had locked the door. Mind you, everybody in his house was asleep. Like, everybody was asleep except for me. So I'm in the bathroom. I had locked the door. I remember locking the door. And I went and sat on the floor of the bathroom. So I'm on his phone. I'm like, yes, I got his phone. I'm in. Like, I got this. So he had 3 passwords. I don't know why he had 3 passwords, but he had 3 of them. And I knew all of them. So I was like, which one is his password? I'm like thinking like, which one is his password? So I had guessed the first one. The first one did not work. I'm like, oh shit. Like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Because I'm like, if I mess this up and his phone locks on me and I can't get in, I'm going to be pissed. So, like, it's all or nothing right now. So the first one did not work. So I'm like, shit. So I put in the second one. The second one did not work. So I'm like hyperventilating because I'm like, bruh, if I don't get this last one, I'm gonna be locked out his phone. Like, you know, the phone be locking after like 3 or 4 passwords. So the third one worked. I was like, yes. I remember this day like it was like perfectly clear. So I had got in. I'm like going through his messages. I'm going through his text messages. First I didn't see nothing, and then I'm like, I saw this text message. He was talking to some girl. I'm like my heart automatically like broke. I'm like, this nigga cheating on me. Like, oh my God. So I had went through the text messages. He was sending the girl pictures of himself, and he was telling her like, I can't wait to see you and all this bull. So I'm like my heart, I couldn't even read the rest of the messages because I was so heartbroken. Like, he was sending her pictures of himself. Like, so I just was like, I just started pacing myself like, oh my God, like this nigga cheating on me. Like, cheating on me? Like, you cheating on me? Wow. So I got up. I'm like, is this real life? Like, I'm really telling myself, like, is this real life? I'm asking myself, like, I walked in the room. He was still asleep. I'm looking at him. I'm like, I'm just staring at him like, you dummy. You're a dummy. Like, right? You're a dummy. You're nasty. So I'm staring at him. He's asleep. Girl, I just jumped on the bed. Like, I just jumped on the bed and I started like, I'm like, get up! Get up! Like, get up. I'm like screaming at him. I'm calling him all types of names. I'm like, how could you do this to me? Da-da-da. I saw your phone. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, you know how dudes be trying to act all dumb, like they don't know what's going on. Like, you know what's going on. You know. So he's like, what's going on? I'm like, you cheated on me. I went through your phone. You was talking to some girl. He's like, what are you talking about? Da-da-da. So I'm like, look, this is what I saw. This is what I saw. He's like, bruh, it's a prank. I'm like, it's a prank. He like, yeah, it's a prank. I'm like, what's a prank? He like this. Like, I was never cheating on you. It's a prank. I'm like, the dummy. I could slap myself right now. Like, I was so dumb. I was like, what are you talking about? Why would you even want to prank me? Da, 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 da. Like, I'm believing that it was really a prank. Like, I thought, mind you, it was no cameras around. It was no recording set up. I wasn't being recorded, nothing. It was nothing but just him and him telling me that it was a prank. So I'm like, what do you mean it's a prank? What do you mean? He was like, I would never cheat on you. It's a prank. We're going to call his friend Larry. And we're going to call him Tyrone. So Tyrone is like, he's like, it's a prank. I'm like, how are you going to tell me it's a prank? Da, 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 da. How do I know it's a prank? He like, I can call Larry, which is his friend. And Larry gonna tell you that it was a prank, that we set it all up and I was gonna get you. And I'm like, he like, I'm gonna call him in the morning because he's asleep right now. I'm gonna call him tomorrow and he gonna tell you like it's a prank. I'm like, okay, like, I could cry right now. I could slap myself. Oh, I was so dumb. I really waited till the morning for his friend to call me and tell me that it was a prank. I'm like, in the morning time, when it's the morning, I want you to call Larry and I want you to let him know. I want him to tell me that it's a prank. I need him to tell me it's a prank. So I had laid back down with him. Ew. I had laid back down with him. Like, I could slap myself because I know that he was cheating on me and I loved him so much that I stayed with him. But I could have been single. Like, it could have been, we were together for 4 years. I could have been with him for 3 years and lived my best life. But no, I believe that stupid stuff he told me, that stupid lie. Like, who believes that it's a prank? Like, first of all, he had said it was a prank because during that time we was watching like YouTube a lot and we used to watch like pranks. Like, couples used to prank each other, like De'Ara and Ken and Chris and Queen. So around that time we used to watch that stuff. So he thought like telling me that would make me believe like, yeah, like it's a prank. Like, you see we be watching that all the time, like, you know it's a prank. And I really believed it. Like, how dumb do I look? I could slap myself. I don't think you guys understand. Like, I was so stupid. So I'm like, okay, it's a prank. Tomorrow I need you to call Larry and let him know. Let him tell me that it was a prank. So I go to sleep and I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm just crying because I'm just like, did this really happen to me? And he's like holding me like, oh. So the next morning comes and I'm like, I ain't forget. I'm like, call Larry. I need him to tell me that it was a prank. So he had called Larry or whatever, and I'm outside. I'm like, I gotta talk to him by myself. Like, I'm doing something. And boys' friends are gonna lie for him, ladies. They're gonna lie. They're gonna tell you anything. Do not believe a male friend. Like, they're gonna lie for their friend. They're gonna be 10 toes down for their friend. That's That's real life. So I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, Larry, what's going on? He like, bro, he like, sis, it's a prank. Like, he would never cheat on you. Like, you really think he would cheat on you? Like, we set it all up. Like, he really called him and was like, tell her this. Like, tell her that we set it up. Like, oh my God, I could slap myself. Like, ugh. So he was like, yes, sis, it's a prank. He would never cheat on you. I'm like, okay, are you sure? I'm like, okay, are you sure? Like, you better not be lying for him. And he like, sis, like, I'm dead serious. Like, he would never do that. And I'm like, okay, girl. That nigga was lying like shit. You know he was lying. He gonna lie for his friend. That's what we gonna do. I would lie for my friend, and he gonna lie for his. Like, please. So I'm like, I really believed it. And he was like, see, I told you. This is Tyrone. He like, yeah, I told you. Like, I would never cheat on you. I'm like, Like, I had my doubts, but I'm like, okay, like, I just wanted to be over at this point. And I really believed that it was a prank. Mind you, no cameras, no nothing, just his word. And I really sat here and believed that shit. Like, ugh. So, yeah, and we made up. And ever since then, like, he still won't come out to this day and say, like, it was like he cheated on me. Like, it was a lie. He still tells me, not to this day, but, you know, when every time I used to bring it up, he used to be like, you really try to act like you pranked me? He's like, I really did. Like, please. You must think I'm a dummy. You can, like, I was a naive person back then, but you could never get one on me to this day. Like, to this day, I'm wiser, I'm smarter, I'm 10 toes down. Like, you cannot play with me like that. I felt so stupid because I was. And it's okay. You get like that sometimes, and you live and you learn, and you realize, like, girl, ain't no damn prank. He ain't no damn YouTuber. Please. So, yeah, that was the time that I got pranked. My ex-boyfriend cheated on me and said it was a prank. And I believed it like a dummy. But now I know that it wasn't a prank. It was real life, and he was really cheating on me. And I could have been living my best life. I could have been single, finding somebody else, and I wasted another year with this man. It's okay. Like, you live and you learn. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you loved it. And please, in the comments below, tell me what other videos you guys want to see. I would love to do them for you. And yeah, bye guys. Mwah.